Kingdom Hearts is a long-standing action RPG series that combines Disney and Square Enix properties in a unique way that's become more than just the sum of its parts. Although the series has a reputation for having a complex and multi-layered story, I believe that it's equally important to consider the construction and impact of the musical narrative told by series composer Yoko Shimomura and co-composers Takeharu Ishimoto and Tsuyoshi Sekito. Now, the Kingdom Hearts series is one of my favorite franchises of all time, due in no small part to how effective the soundtrack is in helping to tell the story. I've been listening to and studying the score of these games for nearly as long as I've been a musician, but I still find myself discovering new things to love about the soundtrack frequently enough that I wanted to make a series of video essays talking about how the collective soundtrack of these games is so cohesive. So, in this video series, we're going to take a deep dive into the soundtracks of these games, while identifying connections throughout, in order to understand how the story of Kingdom Hearts is supplemented and enhanced by the musical narrative of Shimomura's iconic compositions. Each of the videos in this series will focus on the score for one game at a time, and explore how the music from each game connects to the broader musical narrative of the series, while also taking a look into how specific tracks are properly, and sometimes improperly, used to justify on-screen events with their thematic connections. The connection an audience makes with a soundtrack can be powerful, and a great soundtrack is more than just a collection of unrelated compositions. Often, the most memorable soundtracks smartly weave in small musical patterns, called motifs or motives, to connect together scenes as an effective storytelling tool. Yoko Shimomura's exemplary score for Kingdom Hearts does exactly this, and her work is a large part of what's made this series so successful and impactful to the Kingdom Hearts community. Finding threads between different pieces in a soundtrack can be a lot like treasure hunting. Some of the connections between pieces will be obvious, but a lot of the fun in digging into a storied soundtrack is discovering new connections between related songs that had been previously unknown, only to be unearthed by careful and repeated listening. I don't expect this series to be the definitive analysis of the scores of these games, but I hope that by the end of these videos, your appreciation of the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack is deepened. I also hope that by exploring some of the compositional lessons we can learn from Shimomura's work, you will more thoroughly consider the ways in which these tracks are far more expansive and interwoven than they may first appear. Ultimately, I hope to share with you some of what musically makes this series so special to me. We'll start with a look into the soundtrack of the first entry in the series, Kingdom Hearts 1, and continue from there.